Everybody, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to our Lakmé Fashion Week Google Hangout with Manish Malhotra. The gentleman next to me needs no introduction. We have with us Manish Malhotra here today, along with four of his big fans. First, we have Karen from Miss Malini.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Avilasha from Looking Good, Feeling Fab.
Hi, Manish.
So are you looking good and feeling fab? You're looking good, but are you feeling fab?
Well, then we
Yeah.
have Pratishtha, who's our online contest winner.
Hi, Batista. How are you? I like that bindi. Wow, I couldn't miss
Thank you
that.
so much.
And Sasha from Hatur.
Hi, Sasha.
So welcome everybody. Just to get started, I want to let Manish talk a little bit about his show. We're about 9 hours away from his Lakme Fashion Week show, the opening show for Winter Festive 2013. So Manish, if you could tell us a little bit about your collection and what we can expect tonight.
Well, it's my love for Lakme Fashion Week and for you guys that I'm here. Otherwise, I'm like a bundle of nerves, stress, anxiousness. I wish the clock turned 9:30 and people were let in and the show would start in the next 15 minutes. And then I would wake up tomorrow morning and say, okay, it's over. That's what a fashion show still date does to me. And especially when it's at Fashion Week, I just finished a whole, like a big show at Couture Week, and now I'm here at Lakme Fashion Week. The show is very interesting because for me it's new in the sense of the inspiration is very folk, a lot of mirror work, lots of tradition, lots of earthy saturated colors or block colors from Rajasthan and Kutch, and there's also some beautiful Kashmiri embroidery which has been made in Kashmir in the last 3 months. We've been working on this show, and and putting it all into new kind of sharara pants, which are my substitute to a Gagra this season, and to mixing vintage, tradition, folk culture, and making it me, which is modern, sensuous for women, structured for men. So it's been something. So the collection's been going on for a while, and it's all out there tonight.
So for somebody walking into Lakme Fashion Week tonight, what will they expect when they walk in? What will it look like, feel like?
So I think when they come to my show, the first question is who's the showstopper. Then they would ask me, okay, so it's going to be lots of embroidery, bridal clothes, and it's going to be lots of flow. It's going to be long kurtas with gagras. So none of that is happening. It's more lots of palazzo trousers. The colors are jade, mustard, royal blues, with splashes of saturated coral, interesting blocks. There's just plain long chiffon tunics with palazzos, and so I think that it's younger. It's my semi-formal line. It's festive, and it's for somebody who thinks young and feels young.
Great. So why don't we continue the conversation? Sasha, do you have anything you'd like to ask Manish about the show or about
Yes,
this
yes.
collection?
LSW has been your home ground. How different do you feel, when you go and showcase your collection for different fashion weeks?
So, like I said, like you said, I was looking tired, and I told you I was like, I'm tired, and I'm also not tired as much as There's always something going on in my mind. Okay, what's going to happen tonight? How's it going to go? What's the choreography going to be? And when we're setting it, what's the music? Will the music fall in place? The lighting, because the clothes are done, the show's on today. It's just the final touches and the alterations go on till about 7, and the show's at 9:30. But so in my mind, I know my show because that's how I conceive it. It takes me about 2.5, 3 months to do that, and I start thinking about it. And okay, so I'm going to be doing this. So what would I do there? And it kind of even I think every show I get just that day is when it catches up with me, and I'm a bit stressed. And strangely, just before the show is going to start, I'm relaxed. And then it's like, okay, so we are here. In that 1 minute, it's going to all start and going to get over in the next 20 minutes. Somehow that time I'm completely relaxed, but it's just that entire day where I yet get very stressed.
Manish, can I just ask you one question? You just launched your flagship store here in Khal, and it was a very quiet affair. You supported Karan Johar and more. Could you just comment on that?
Actually, there are lots of things happening with me right now because the diffusion store, which is the semi-formal line, got ready. We started that store. I was going to Delhi because I had a big, huge couture store starting there as well. And a part of it, which is the couture section, we were starting. And I had a show before that. So there's so much going on that we just started the store in Mumbai quietly. But there have been people who've been coming in, and it's been good. And just after Fashion Week, what more better way to make announce the store would be Lakmé Fashion Week, and that's what I was doing. So it's home ground for me both ways. Mumbai Lakmé Fashion Week, my store. So right after Fashion Week, we'll announce the store.
Right, right. Asha, can I ask him questions after a while so that I give them a chance as well?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And you can hear what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anybody going before me?
Go ahead, Pratik.
All right. Manish, you just spoke about the excitement and the intense experience of styling for a fashion show. How different is it from styling a Bollywood movie? You have styled over 1,000 movies in the past 20-25 years. So how different is the experience of styling a movie and styling a RAM show?
First of all, 25 years is 2 years away, so don't make me older than I already am.
You don't even look like you've been styling for 23 years. I'm just like,
23 years, and for movies, I think in a film, it's more the character. Where is the heroine from? Where's the actor from? Where do they live? What do they do? What do they do? And now, in fact, off late the characters are far more defined than they were in the 90s. And so, that kind of, but in a fashion week or at any collection that you're launching, it's about what you are expressing. What are you inspired by? What are you expressing? What do you want to say? You want to completely change what you do. You want to stay in the format of what people love you for and present it in a different way, reinvent it. And I think that's what it is. For me, Fashion Week is a platform to not only be in that whole energy of various other designers, models, that whole energy of fashion, coming together, but it's also a way to express something that I'm feeling at that time, and keep enhancing what I love doing, which is making Indian clothes.
right, so it's a little more personal, a lot more personal, in fact.
Okay, on Google, all right.
Okay, Karen, I was thinking maybe we could go to you. Do you have anything you'd like to talk to Manish about?
Yeah, definitely. Manish, you have like most Bollywood actresses on speed dial. Who do you love styling?
Now, I know this is going to sound really like as I'm being diplomatic, but honestly, I love styling for movies, and I like actresses, I like actors. So I think it's never been that, oh, I like her more and I like her less and all of that. But of course, in a journey of 23 years and long working associations, you actually end up, getting close to some of the actresses like I am to Devi or Kajol, Karishma Kapoor, Urmila. So it's Kareena Kapoor, Priyanka Chopra. So there are lots of actresses that have worked also for that many years. So there are those highs and lows, a lot of travel together, dinners together at a shooting, when after a pack up and there's conversation and there's that kind of a bond. Of course, it doesn't happen with everybody. It's not possible if it's genuine. And but if it is, and in my case, it is genuine. I'm friendly to everybody. There are some people that have bond with me.
Okay. And how much does Bollywood into your collection?
I don't think there's any Bollywood in my collection or there is a collection in Bollywood. It's nothing of that sort. I, as a person, I'm fearlessly honest, and that also comes somewhere streams down in my work. And in my work, I've never feared. When I started designing for films, it was completely looked down upon. But I loved it so much, and I thought I could make a change there. And I went and worked relentlessly, and I'm still busy with movies. And when it comes to a fashion week, I express what I feel like and want to. And I don't fear the fact that it could be Bollywood or non-Bollywood. There's nothing like that. I'm doing the clothes that I want to do. And I'd love people to, somewhere in one of those outfits, think, oh, I could wear that, or I could get that. And I would feel that the whole show is accomplished when people in the audience who are sitting there don't feel, oh wow, it's great, but I'll never wear this. It's too outlandish, or it's too much, or it's too avant-garde. I like clothes which are identifiable, which people feel they can get and want.
Great. That's really great.
Abhilasha, you had a number of questions you'd like to speak to Manish about. And
I
Abhilasha
have a
also,
number.
go
And
ahead.
I'm going to take you back a bit. So I want to know, when did you know, at what instant, that you wanted to design for the rest of your life, and that's all you wanted to do?
Actually, I think throughout childhood I was only interested in Hindi films. I was so bad at sports, and I would draw very well because I was very weak in studies, and that's why I passed my science exams because of my diagrams. I was interested in clothes. I was very interested in what the actresses wore in movies and all of that. When it came to college, I started modeling. I was busy, and I would see clothes, try a lot of clothes. I mean, I didn't do too many fashion shows, but I did lots of ads. And so I thought, I should work in a boutique. I actually wanted to also become a film director, and then I said, no, let me try designing. And when I started working in this boutique, I really enjoyed it. So a year after that, I told my parents, I was about 19, that I want to design clothes. And so they were like, where, what, when? So,
I can
and
imagine.
so I said, I want to do movies, maybe. Why not movies? Because, I'll make a mark there. And the late 80s, early 90s, I'm talking about 89, I think. That time the films were going through like a patch, very bad patch where design and style is concerned. So I thought if I could do something interesting, I'll be noticed, and people will notice that I'm doing something. But I was prepared for that hard work and being so intimidated by all the film people, and at that time the producers and directors were like, "Why are you asking us? What do you want? Like what do you want in the sense like what's the script or what's the scene? Just make glamorous, sexy outfits," and it was quite crazy. But I was patient and I was like focused, and I was like, okay, someday it will change, and it did.
And do you feel the
What
change
has
has
been
happened?
your
Oh, just one second. Do you feel the change has happened?
I think the change happened long ago. Yeah, so it actually gave the confidence and the path to many more changes to come.
Do you have a follow-up question, Abhilasha?
Yeah. I was asking, tell me about your proudest design moment, and has there ever been a moment when you thought, why the hell did I start doing this?
Oh, I feel that every day. When I'm harassed with too many things, and then either I lose my temper, and then I suddenly get that temper, I get it down, thinking, but I asked for it. I want this over busy life that I have. But I think that when a moment that you're proud of changes. I mean, in '95 when I got the award for Rangila, it was the first time they were giving a designer an award for costume design. So that was a proud moment. Today is a proud moment. It's the first time Lakmé Fashion Week is doing such a big show the night before Fashion Week is starting, and it's me who's doing it with them. So again, it's a proud moment for both of us. And so, it changes. Today, I'm proud of this. Tomorrow, there'll be something else that would happen. So what I think I pray and I work for is that lots more proud moments keep coming. That's important.
Manish, I have a couple of questions for you. See, I have a lot of my viewers. They would want to know the 5 most top, do's and don'ts in fashion, because you have a petite body, you have a heavy structure. So could you just tell, I can share it with my viewers.
I think the first foremost thing, whether it's Western clothes or Indian clothes, is about wearing a personality. It's about being yourself and feeling good about it. And of course, observing. If you want to change, you want to evolve, you want to be the stylish person. I think reading, watching. Today, everything is on YouTube, internet, so much around you. And I think having knowledge of what's going on everywhere, but imbibing it the way it would suit you is the prime focus of any style, or the first layer of any style, because all of us are different as personalities. And to me, that person is more stylish who is so comfortable in being what they want to be, or they are. So that's most important. I think some years ago, colors were very important. Then came the whole bling thing. Then came a lot of accessories. But I think this year has been a year of minimalism in terms of if you're wearing a grand outfit, the jewelry, it has to take that back seat, and the outfit has to take over. So there's this one focus that there is. And if you're wearing a very heavy piece of jewelry, your outfit goes on to a more simplistic flow. So there has to be this one focal point when you dress, and then everything supports it. So that too much of everything is not happening anymore. So as a designer, as people, all of us, we learn and we change and we evolve, and I think today that one focal thing in a garment is important, and or in your style, and it remains to that. I think a good pair of jeans is crucial. You must have a good pair of jeans which fits you really well. A white shirt, I love white shirts. A black shirt for men and women. Good shoes. Nice manicured fingers. Um, and I think that over-colored, over-accessorized is not 2013 for sure. And I would also think that I think for Indian women, good saris. I love saris. I think whether it's a textured woven sari, whether it's like a nice flowy Georgette net sari, something that flows, something that when you drape, it kind of, if you want to hide your curves, hide your curves. If you want to show your curves, shows your curves. I think sari is like it should be in a woman's wardrobe for sure. I would say a glamorous kalidar. I love the flow that a kalidar has. I love playing with the back. I think it's something. It's not short of any gown on a red carpet. It's not. It's got the glamour. It's got the culture that we come from, and it's yet so today. It can be, and I think that is what is there. And I think wearing a lot of Indian clothes is becoming fashionable and stylish today, and I'm so happy about that. Whether it's for men wearing a kurta and a bandi, or for women wearing an interesting long kurta with just maybe trousers. I think it's all we are now finally embracing our culture so much, and it's now become a cool thing to do, and I think that's great. So we learn a lot of Indian.
Definitely. Manish, one question I had was, these days people are trying a lot of prints, trying a lot of checks and all of that. So if you're wearing a checkered, skirt or a pant, would you go print? Could you just tell our viewers, because I do have a lot of queries in that as well. What kind of top should go with that? Do you go basic? Do you go...
So it all comes from what I said earlier, was that there has to be one point. There has to be this one focal point. So now you're wearing a print which is quite eye-catching. So everything else should support it and not be printed or checkered or too busy. That print take over. So I think where style today is going is where it's a bit more, it's out there, definitely. People are much more confident and people are wearing what they want to. But it also, in a very interesting way, is subtle. Has become a little more subtle than it was earlier, maybe last year. And I think that journey is interesting, that we are learning to, minimalize and focus on something. So I think that if it's print or it's checks and all of that, and maybe if the color is too bright, then everything else, like to give you an example, if it's neon pink. So maybe everything else around could be beige, grey, maybe muted colors, so that let the neon pink take over. But if you put neon pink with another bright color, with another print, it will be too much. I think that's what it is. Also with women's makeup, hair, their jewelry, so much that comes on. So I think it's more important to just focus on one point and let everything else support it.
Thank you.
Pratishta, did you?
So, Manish, I had a couple of questions. First and foremost, you are one of the leading style influencers of the country. So, who has influenced your style over the years? I mean, who was your first style influencer, so to speak?
Well, for me, it's always been my mother, because she always dresses the way she wants to dress, and it's been simple and yet effective, I think. And in my case, it's very simple and sometimes hopefully effective, because there's just never any time. And so it's always black shirts, because I'm always overweight. And then there is, actually recently, I've started really enjoying also wearing, and I kind of enjoy wearing them and making them feel contemporary. So I love wearing maybe a kurta with jeans and folded jeans and a loafer. and making it kind of a little more preppy. So my entire range today, menswear in tonight's show at Lakmé Fashion Week. My show is called Reflections and reflective of folk and today or tradition and today. You'll see a lot of menswear, which is very understated and stylish and structured. It's also very modern, but it's Indian. So I'm kind of enjoying those clothes, and you'll see me a lot in those.
One question that we have from our online audience is we're about to embark on wedding season, and there's a lot of focus on the bride, but almost more importantly is that bridal party, dressing the bridesmaid. So if you are a woman who's planning her wardrobe for wedding season, who's not the bride, what are the 3 things that she must have or must buy in the next month to make sure she's on trend, on cut for this season?
So she must first of all not outdo the bride, and she must, I think, like I said, it could be like a lovely ghagra or the new sharara pants that we are coming up, which is embroidered, a top which is simpler, but yet very well styled and structured or executed. Her back could be interesting. She could decide her piece of jewelry. She's wearing a big necklace, and she could go easy with the earrings. I think that if her top is like really embellished and embroidered, then maybe the ghagra can be really simple or a draped, interestingly draped sari. I think there's also a lot of colors of nudes, with saturated corals and deep burgundies, royal blue. So you can take one of these deep colors in the coming festive season. Neon's been big this year and will continue to do so. So because she probably wouldn't be that embroidered, wouldn't wear such an embroidered outfit that like the bride would, she could take a bright color for a sangeet or a mehndi and have fun with it.
Karen, I know you have some things. I can see you. Please go ahead. Hang out.
I would like to know the modern bride. Bridal season is huge. What should the modern bride have in her wardrobe? And what should be included in her?
An outfit by me. I'm just kidding.
And what should be included in her trousseau?
Saris, definitely. And if she wants to be a modern, I think saris have a nice timeless feel, So they have like a nice, if it's just a plain chiffon sari with a pretty border, or it's kind of a, if she's wearing it for an occasion, she could even have it completely executed for her by a designer of her preference. And she could, I think, a nice kalidar, kind of with the lovely back. So there's so many things for today for a bride to play with. She can one day go really deep saturated colors. One day on a sangeet she could have fun and wear something which is kind of cool and dramatic, like a kalidar over a ghagra, like play up with her backs. Then at the wedding day she could go very traditional. At the reception she could even wear a lot of laces in this season. So a lot of different looks she could do.
What would you suggest for men and for the festive season? What should they wear?
I think men are really dressing up. I mean, I like that whole look of a kurta with the bandi over it, smart pair of pants with shoes, formal shoes, or just a kurta as well, with cool, clean pants and very slim, structured pants with shoes, structured sherwani, bangala over a kurta. So much that men are doing these days.
Abhilasha?
Yeah. Manish, I think you're one of the fittest designers I have, interacted with. So do you work out as much as the Bollywood stars, or is this good genes?
I just told you I'm 7 kgs overweight and I need to lose my weight. I'm a bit tired these days. But that's, of course, been a lot of work and stresses and anxiousness and so much going on. But no, I think it's my face which is thin. I'm not that fit, but thank you. And I do try to work out. I wake up really early, but yet somewhere age and work takes over.
I think
that's fine, because if a guy is new can find time to work out, then we shouldn't have any excuses.
I guess.
One question that we've had as well is you do a lot of collaborations outside. You've explained to us how films is a big part of who you are as a designer, and of course your work as a designer. But we're interested to know, how do you select, or what what inspires you to work on different projects, whether it be a brand tie-up? What makes you say yes and inspires you in that
Well,
way?
definitely the credibility of the brand, and does the brand stand for what I stand for, which is basically organically sticking to their culture and yet has a whole modern and a contemporary take to it, you know. And I think the brands that I've associated with have been that. And at times you kind of like I recently tied up with a brand which was more, it was much younger a brand and was fun, but of course extremely credible. And for me, I think first would be credibility. Sometimes it's a fun brand, sometimes it's a more serious brand, but definitely it has the same voice as mine. It's luxurious. It speaks about that. They're very convinced about the language that they speak, and is yet very contemporary.
So how do you manage to do all of that and still do what your day job, which is styling films and or costume design for films and working as a designer? How do you make it all happen?
I've been a very committed person in terms of I'm losing the word right now. Not personally though, more professionally. So what happens is that for me, if I like for instance, before I came here, I was sketching out Sonakshi saris for a song that I finished for Bangkok with my assistant tomorrow, and I was briefed on this song last night. So there was a part of me which was saying, "What am I doing?" And I'm here and said, and but then I really uh, come up with that if I have to do this, I have to do it. So how much of a tiring, stressful, so much of anxiety, but what has to be done has to be done, and I believe in that. And if I have committed to Lakme Fashion Week, yes, we will do a show together at the opening night, and for me, it's a serious commitment, even if I'm not signed on or anything. Unless, of course, there's a calamity that I can't, avoid. But otherwise, I would. So I think it's all commitment, and then there it is. It has to be
Is
done.
that what your advice to young designers would be? Because that's my next question. The world is different than it was when you first started designing.
Oh yes,
and
absolutely.
what is in front of them is completely different. So, what advice would you give to young designers? That we have our Gen Next show tomorrow. What would you give to them if they're looking for a career that has this kind of longevity yours does?
Well, I think it's a generation today which is I think has so much on their fingertips, from an iPhone to internet to Google to Twitter to everything. And so there's so much knowledge that's available to them, which we didn't have. When I started, I didn't have. In fact, I remember that there was no Lycra fabric early 90s in India. And I would pick up dresses and cut them and make blouses and things like that. So there could be two ways to look at it. One could be that there were lesser people that time, so there was an easier way to make a mark, is a lot of the younger youth would feel of today. To that, the reverse thing would be there's so much that's happening today and available today, so it should be easier for a young person to make a mark. But I think in both the cases, hard work and focus are two things that would never go wrong in any generation and in any time. Though I, however, do feel that today there is so much happening. There's this whole duplicate market. There are young designers. There are designers copying designers. There are celebrities wearing their clothes. I mean, they've just come into the business, and actors wearing their clothes. It's on Twitter. It's on here. It's on Google. It's there. It's everywhere. People are watching it, and it's all happening. But to sustain all of this is what it is. So I think a designer for me is someone who sustained himself. To do one fabulous show, to do 4 fabulous shows, to get write-ups, I yet think it's easy. You are coming with a new thought, it will always feel fresh. But to sustain it for that many years, to keep going on and on and on, is something that requires a lot of focus, lots of patience, and more than anything else, a lot of love for what you do. And I think that is the true test of any profession, whether you're an actor, director, a businessman, or a designer.
Fantastic. I think we're just about to wrap up, so I have time for one more question.
All right.
And then
So you had a personal question, you said.
Pratishtha had a personal question, so
yes.
we'll go for that.
All right, Manish, apart from being a leading designer, you've also been associated with several women-related causes over the years. So in that sense, this is a personal question. Which cause is the closest to your heart? I mean,
I think Save the Girl Child, definitely
Right.
that would be the closest to my heart, and of course you know that's been going around and going.
Right.
I think it's disgusting, and so I think that would be a cause which would definitely be, and you know I think that causes charity, all that is also now. I think that it's the what we do at Mishma, which is a NGO that I is with
Right.
Shalana as the actress. I think that what happens is that we the fact for them is a self-realization that today they're working. It's not necessarily just empowerment. It's also more about making those girls feel that you get up, you go to work, you not only provide for your house, but you provide for yourself. And that confidence, giving that confidence to women and to young girls is I think more important today than rather being that oh this charity is being done for so and so. I
Right.
think the women today are bright. They're out there. I mean, look at it, and I think what saving the girl child is what I would, feel for most because of whatever goes on, and I think should not go on.
Right.
Sure, we can't let him go without him telling us that, last season we had a lot of Bollywood stars working for Manish Malhotra. So tonight we're going to see Manish.
So actually, tonight's show is for me, it's very interesting, and I hope you girls also find it really interesting for you all. It's called Reflections, and it's basically, like I said, folk and today tradition, today rural, and today so mixing all those elements my way. So at each time, there are two models walking on the ramp together and reflecting, as reflective people. So basically, they're wearing the similar color block, though the style is different, or the color is different and the style is same. So for me, I thought in this show, I don't see a showstopper as such because I felt that the show, I can't have one person walking in a show that's been two models throughout. So this tonight there's no showstopper.
So we are
Tonight
lucky
there's Lakme Fashion Week and there's me. We are the showstopper.
Manish, we are lucky that we actually don't have a showstopper because I'm sure the rest of them must be thinking that this time as well we're gonna see a lot of Bollywood stars for Manish's.
Definitely. So I think that's
That's
I think this is the perfect way to end the hangout. We hopefully thank you very much, Manish.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody on the hangout and everybody watching. And we look forward to your show tonight. We can also watch it live on lakmefashionweek.co.in, and it'll be available on our website and YouTube forever. So take care. Good luck tonight.
Thank you
Manish.
so much. Thank you.
Good luck, Manish.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.